thing on. Do not adjust your sets. I am actually back for some apparent reason. VVC Radio presents real reviews here once again. For some apparent reason, I'm back as well. Most of you have no idea who I am, and that's okay. I have no idea. I'm Mr. XNC, Isaac M, also on Instagram at Heal365, and also former host of Movies News Updates, Movies That Suck, and current host of this show, The Real Reviews, as well as Where the Fuck is Vision on Spotify and everywhere else you get your podcast listening ears. Also on this show as well will be my co-host as well, Eddie Lingo. You may know him very well, sir. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I don't have the resume, but I used to host Movie Lingo. Movie Lingo reviews on YouTube and Instagram. I'm glad to be pulled out of retirement.
You were pulled out of retirement?
Yeah, I'm down.
So Jay trying to send us out to pasture. That's what this is, huh? Where can they find you at on Instagram?
On Instagram, you can find me at Movie Lingo.
At Movie Lingo. All right, folks, you heard him right here. Movie Lingo. So this is going to be like the first run for all of us here. We're going to be here for the next hour to hopefully entertain you, bring you some movie news and stuff. Pretty much annoy you for an hour. If you're not doing anything important, it's Thursday, and pretty much anything else that we have to offer you doesn't come out till midnight anyway. So without further ado, we're going to try to go into our Box Office Mojo, which is boxofficemojo.com, where we check out those stuff. There's only like a few of these title cards that's going to be playing this episode. The rest of them will be up by next week. Trust me, I've already known them. And when you see these, you'll understand why. So we're going to check out Box Office Mojo to see how pretty much how everything's been going for like the last week or so, to be honest. Hold on. There we go. Over here on Box Office Mojo, starting at the top 10, two movies have been knocked off the top 10 this week, and that is Fast X and Past Lives. Fast X was number 9 last week, grossing a total of $145 million, and Past Lives going from number 10 to 11 with its 4-week total of $4 million and 3. So let's see, number 10 was last week's number 8, which is The Boogeyman. That's grossing $4 million this week. The Blackening, which we'll be talking about later, went from 6 to 9, which is its own sense of humor right there. 69. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 holding on strong for its 8th week, and also the third movie, I think it's the third or fourth movie Disney has in its top 10 right now. Total grossing $353 million, but they grossed $5 million this week. Asteroid City went from number 11 to this week's number 7, knocking Guardians out of the Galaxy with its 2-week run, and they grossed a lot more this week than they did last week because their total is $14 million, and they grossed $13 this week.
Wow.
I know. Oh man. I don't even know what they did. I got to see what Asteroid City is about for it to go from like maybe less than $1 million to $13 million in week 2.
Yeah.
Got The Little Mermaid sticking in there for its 5th week, and last week it was number 5. This week it's number 6, grossing 14.2. Transformers: Rise of the Beast, still in theaters right now in its 3rd week, grossing more than The Flash right now, from number 4 to number 5 because No Hard Feelings debuted at number 4. But grossing $17 million this weekend, grossing 129.1. And from what I've heard about it, it is a lot better than most of the Transformers movies that we have gotten. I would say the last 3 or 4 Transformers movies we've gotten, this one's better than.
Absolutely.
That. We will definitely say that. I wish somebody would challenge me. I'll have that set up for me one day. No Hard Feelings debuted at number 4 this week, grossing $21.8 million domestically from Sony Pictures. The Flash, in its 2nd week, going from number 1 to number 3, and everyone's talking about this movie not making money. And I'm one of the firm believers that I'm going to definitely wait until this hits streaming based on the reviews that it's got, even though it is a good movie from what I've heard, and I'm not going to bash it in any way because DC put a lot into this, like, despite Ezra Miller's many attempts to not be in this movie whatsoever. Like, didn't Disney try to cancel James Gunn for some tweets he wrote like 10 years ago?
Yeah, but they end up bringing him back.
Because, man, Disney is not going to cancel him. Like, it was 10 years ago. We need somebody for Guardians. Disney likes keeping the continuity for everything but Star Wars.
Yeah, exactly.
Flash rolled out $21.8 million. It's total $94 million, and I'm pretty sure that's under budget right now. But it's plus 22 change, whatever that means.
I'm honestly surprised it's not lower. I wasn't a big fan of it either.
I mean, it's probably still going to rake in, and some of that money's got to be coming in from worldwide. But right now, domestically, it made $21 million. Elemental staying strong at number 2, grossing $30 million, 30.4, and its total 77 in 2 weeks. And the last of Walt Disney's motion pictures currently in the top 10. But Across the Spider-Verse went from number 3 to this week's number 1. And that movie you definitely should check out, especially if you've seen Inside the Spider-Verse. If you've seen that first movie, you should definitely check out this one. It's definitely worth the money. And a lot of people have said that with $30.6 million. You seen Across the Spider-Verse?
Absolutely. That was phenomenal.
I look forward to the next installment of the movie. I'm not going to tell you how it ends or anything, folks, but just go out there and check it out. It's worth it. The animation is stellar. The acting, the voice acting is great. The story is, I kind of figured that was going to happen, but I didn't. And they make up for it with a lot of the twists and turns in that movie. And they don't abuse the laughter in it. Like, how most people just beat a dead horse with most of the jokes?
Yeah.
This one does not do it.
They did a very good job, actually. Time and everything, even though it was animated, acting still on point.
And the best part about it is, I'm hoping that in the next installment, all the Spider-Man that people complained they missed, I hope they put it in the next one. And I will wait 8 years for it if I have to. Just for your favorite Spider-Man to make it in the next movie. Spider-Horse was in this one, and I'm not spoiling it. That's in the trailer. So we're not going to sit here and pretend that you can't just put a spider on something and make it in the movie. But folks, that's it for Box Office Mojo right there. Pretty much, I don't know why it went away, but yeah. Pretty much that's it for Box Office Mojo. We got that covered going now. Now, pretty much this is usually where we just go into the news. There's a couple of news stories right now that I got here. But like nothing like too big. I'm not trying to go into like celebrity gossip or nothing like that because like did you see the BET Awards?
I didn't, unfortunately. I was working.
Good, you didn't need to.
But it is replaying.
It's literally like they just put a club in 4K. That's all it was. Okay. Like there was people texting during like the throwback session, which I just found out the throwback section for BET Awards is now for us. They were doing Soulja Boy. I was like, oh, come on now. That can't be that old.
Man. We're getting up there, aren't we?
We are getting up there. But at least it's not like with a fury. It's like most people make it 30 seem like it's that bad or something like that, 30 or above. It's not. Compared to the last generation's 30 where they look like 50 or 60, like 30 hit them. But I think 30 will grow into 30 a lot better. I mean, unless you did Molly, then you only got 5 years. I'm sorry. You only got 5 years left, and that's just how that is. If you've done Molly more than twice, you might want to look at the mirror. Sorry. The fact that they made a song about drugs, just doing the drugs was the weirdest part of all of it. But, pretty much most of the movies out this week, it's like not even this week, like this year, it's like spaced out because I usually look forward to movies in advance, and I haven't gotten that for this year yet. Like some of the movies I might check out, I'll find out about the trailer last minute, and then we'll just go into it and be like, or with some movies, like last year, a couple of movies that I saw, like Barbarian, I did not see the trailer for, and I enjoyed it.
Okay. Yeah.
And also Terrifier 2, which if you've seen the first Terrifier, it's gore porn, but it's like artfully done which is a pun because
I try and avoid the gore. Yeah, I try and avoid the gore porn.
It is, but the second one has a story. It's still gore in it, but it has a extended story, like with it. And from what I've seen, it should be a third one to go into that. But it was definitely worth the watch because I've seen the first one, though I had an idea of it, but definitely that and Barbarian, we went into those, and it came out pretty good. But like other than that, like certain movies, like I used to look forward to like Marvel movies a lot, but I really don't right now. It's like phase 4, phase 6.
So you're not excited. You're not excited, even though they're only pushing a little bit more excited.
It's weird that I'm more excited for the Disney Plus TV show tie-ins than I am the movies. Like I went and saw Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania streaming. I didn't go to the theater to see it. And Thor I saw in theaters, but literally the part that Thor did you see Thor Love and Thunder?
Yeah.
Thor Love and Thunder, you know the first part, the montage? That could have been part of the movie. And they just montaged it. It was essentially a Guns N' Roses album. And then, like, they just added all powers, and I'm like, did Thor lose at the end of this? Like, he kind of did. It's like he won fatherhood, and that was about it.
I mean, that's pretty much what happened. Yeah.
That's pretty much it. I mean, I'm not going to say, it was a bad movie. It wasn't bad as Thor: The Dark World. That's still the worst one.
No, that's the worst.
It's going to be the worst. But that's just how that one is. But Secret Wars, I think episode 3 came out yesterday.
Well, that's a Secret Invasion.
Yeah, Secret Invasion. I wanted to be Secret.
Yeah. We're getting there.
We're getting there. See, we're getting there with age, and we're getting there with Marvel exclusives. Like we actually, like it's a spy thriller, so you actually got to sit down and watch it. You can't just get the cliff notes on that. We'll probably go over more of that like later on in the series, like because most people like if we try to catch up with it right now. In this episode, we didn't do 1 or 2 yet, so we did that. I helped out with that one. The Black Nerd Podcast, so try not to cover as many topics as they do because it'll just be a repeat here. But in any case, like once we get through like the 6 episodes, you want to just give like a run through of it?
Yeah, that'll work. I mean, it's only 6 episodes.
It's only 6 episodes because you know Disney loves selling stuff to kids.
Right.
All you gotta do is change a vowel and you won't get sued. It's amazing. It's pretty much that's how it is. Like they do that. Like Hawkeye was done great. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, where it ended as Captain America and the Winter Soldier, that was great.
That was great.
WandaVision was a trip, and also spawned my other podcast. Where you seen WandaVision, right?
Yes, sir.
Remember when they made that other Vision that that not real kind of real Vision was fighting, and then he just up and flew away?
Yeah.
He was real. He left, and we don't know where the fuck he is, and that's what spawned where the fuck is Vision, because it's been a year, and the funnier part is Paul Bettany has no acting credits since 2021. So it's like 2 years. We don't know where Paul Bettany is, and we're under the illusion that Disney kidnapped him.
Well, I just read the second season. So maybe
WandaVision.
Yeah.
Oh man, the way they do stuff, like they announced the 2nd season, and then if you've seen Doctor Strange, I was about to say something. I want Doctor Doom so bad, but Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness, like she was OP for no good reason.
Yeah, she went off. Surprisingly, like went from 100.
And for some reason on that, remember the scene where she fought like the Illuminati, but they made sure to pretty much A-tier the Illuminati so it wouldn't look like, because let's be real, if it was the legit Illuminati, she would not have done what she did.
Right.
Like,
You're right.
Made Captain Marvel black just so you could crush her with a fucking statue.
They made sure that they were from a mixture of different.
They made sure. They gave us
so she could away with it.
Gave us a nice little snippet of the Fantastic Four we deserve.
Mm-hmm.
Gave us
and then
the X-Men they've been hitting towards. only to have Captain Marvel get crushed by a Xena statue. Oh my god! And that was a Xena statue. I think Sam Raimi worked on Xena as well.
Yeah.
But that was, oh my god, all this OP-ness just to have her skip across the multiverse just to, like, no, I can't do this. Like, just, they're not even like defeating the villains anymore, the supposed villains in these movies. It's like they're just realizing their objectives right now. But I hope Kang gives them a run for their money. That's what I'm happy for. And road Galactus.
I'm looking forward to all of that.
If they really want to make their money's worth, and this is just a hot take for me, they should do what they did in the Fantastic Four cartoon, where first they got to establish Ghost Rider in the MCU. Because in the cartoon, right. Ghost Rider one-shot Galactus and then drove off. Yes, he used the pendants. I kid you not. I didn't see that. I didn't know that. Oh, man. I was like, wait, this is my show. I can pull up the clip if I want. Hold on. I keep forgetting I have powers. No one man should be this humble. But definitely in the Fantastic Four cartoon, Ghost Rider one-shots Galactus using the pendant stare. Hold on. Like, literally, it's like when, it's an episode when Galactus comes over. Yeah, okay, so it's like, oh, the minute. We can do that clip. Anytime somebody reposts something, it's always, they add a trailer or some BS to it. Give me a second. Don't worry, folks, this is going to happen a lot. I have a thought, and then I Google. But definitely, the clip is not too long, so.
All right, look, hit me with it.
Definitely. Because this is definitely from the Fantastic Four cartoon. They made it into one season, but it was officially like 2 came out.
Freeze, look, it's Thor!
Stay thy hand, villain.
Yes.
I command thee.
Comic book accurate Thor.
This is having all the fun.
Come on, Frank! Let's get him! No.
I don't believe it!
Johnny, he's still alive!
We have to keep him away from his burger. Even weakened, Galactus is infinitely more than a match for us. Hear me, Galactus.
Holy snap!
This is something. Is everybody around here on fire for me?
Call me Ghost Rider. I am summoned when innocent blood is shed. And you have shed much innocent blood. Ghost Rider? I thought he was a myth.
Who called him anyway? And when does this become a superhero convention?
Do you dare face the agony of those you have slain?
Mortal or demon, whichever you be, begone. Galactus has no time for games.
This is no game. Feel the torment of a billion extinguished souls. Experience the pain of eternal guilt.
That's some wild shit for a cartoon series.
That's some eternal guilt.
One shot Galactus.
Is complete. I'll leave you now, Galactus. In mortal hands.
Like I said, One shot Galactus
Wow.
and then left. Just one shot at him. And this was a cartoon.
Damn sure did.
Also, because this is like, it was weird because in the same universe, Ghost Rider appeared in the Fantastic Four and the Incredible Hulk series. And I don't believe he appeared in the Iron Man animated series at that time, but Ghost Rider definitely appeared in those, and I think he had the same voice actor, and I remember that because part of him was just like, okay, Hulk has committed atrocities. Nah, he really didn't. Oh, my bad, he was innocent, I guess. All right, let me help him be Hulk again. And then Hulk knocked him on his ass off a motorcycle. But that'll be another episode, children. But definitely that was I might say random stuff like that happens that I remember. But yeah, Galactus got one shot. And they gave that to us as kids. We deserve that. We deserve good things. You can still do
Ghost Rider just for a moment like that. He's only literally on screen like that.
All you need. That's all it was. There's a lot of that in the animated series. Like Spider-Man did it a couple times. X-Men did it quite a bit. Because remember when they went to Asteroid M and Black Panther was just there in the trees, wondering why they made an airport in Wakanda? Like y'all couldn't have launched anywhere else. It's like he was not aware this was going down. He's like, no, I did not approve of this.
Oh, that was it.
That was definitely it. But I want to try out this segment here that we're going to be doing for the show, where it's pretty much Jay thinks that all light-skinned people, like every stereotype light-skinned people have, is that we're just evil and we're just making stuff up, or we're just bad when we do stuff. So I decided to make it into a thing where I challenge people to a deal of sorts, where you decide if you want what you want really bad without knowing what the consequences are, and what I like to call the light skin. I'm gonna start with you, Eddie. There should be a chat box, I think. Let me look at this.
Yeah, we got something.
Okay, Eddie's audio is doubling. All right. I don't think it's doubling anymore because that was on 807. I'll hopefully fix that. All right, Eddie, if you could make any movie franchise, if the franchise is out now, any franchise that you want to remake or bring back into light, which one would you pick?
We talk just on the big screen or television?
Big screen, television, fruit by the foot, whatever it's filmed on, whatever you feel as though needs to be brought back for another run. And it isn't just, bringing it back. You will get it the way you want it, with the directors you choose, etc., etc. The budget is not capped. You will get it done the right way. Even if it's just releasing the series in 4K for users to come back. Whatever you decide you want, what would it be?
Oh, man. I wish I would have time to prepare. There's so many things that I want to bring back. Let me see what I can narrow down to.
Go ahead.
All right. So for me, one of the shows that really changed television for me was The Shield.
Ooh.
With Michael Chiklis.
Oh my God, that's great.
Yes, if I get that back with the limits that we have on television, the way they're writing, I 10 times better than it was. It was phenomenal. So I wish we could get a review of that and really push the envelope.
Nice, because I loved The Shield. Like I caught on it late because I didn't have cable at the time because it was on FX. But when I caught it, oh man, it was worth it.
Yes, absolutely. I still rewatch it now.
Right. So you would bring back The Shield for a series, or would you bring it back for like a DVD Blu-ray release?
I bring it back as a series.
All right. So you would bring back The Shield as a series.
Absolutely.
Now, in order to get this series,
okay.
In order for this to happen the way you want it, the way it deserves, Michael Chiklis, etc., etc., Coyote Ugly has to get a reboot. How bad do you want The Shield? Are you willing?
I would make that deal.
You would make that deal.
I would take that.
Coyote Ugly is getting a reboot.
I would make that deal.
You would make that deal?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I don't care who hates me for it.
Oh my God, he didn't even waver on that. He is gonna bring the world Coyote Ugly. He wants that bad. I do not blame you, sir.
Yeah, that was a great show.
That was good, man. So said, so it shall be done.
I love it.
Do you remember Highlander, Xena, and stuff like that?
Yes.
Renaissance films, you know the ending where they had like that picture come up and then it ripped and then thunder came out?
Yeah.
That's what I use for the sound for this. I love it. Because I stayed up too late. It used to scare me because I was up too late. And then it would save me with like USA and then like...
And then you would get that.
But it was like, oh, man. I was like, yes. Renaissance. They made our childhoods and adulthoods great. Never forget them. That and whatever's keeping Orion alive. We are close to the halfway point of this episode. So what we're going to do before we go into the Blackening, we're going to pay a tribute to one of the greatest moments in cinema history, the retelling of the July 4th reason why we should celebrate Independence Day. Our place, tribute. That's right, folks. We got flashback features. Usually we'll have background music here eventually as soon as I figure out how to work that. But
right.
I know there's a section for it, but I have not put any here, and I will not try to adjust these things going. Yeah, that'll work for them. Pretty much. It's just a default one. Today's movie we're going to be looking over is Independence Day. I'm going to show you the trailer in just a second because it makes sense to show people in case they don't know because we're not doing Resurgence. Don't even ask.
No. Please don't.
Even if we get to its 30th anniversary, we're still not doing it. Unless someone, and I will make it clear, if you go to the Patreon and you donate money, you have to donate $1.8 million. That is the only way I will do Resurgence with a smile on my face and sincere as fuck before I ever do it for free. Now,
I'm totally with you on that one.
There's no reason to do it because there was no reason for it. No one asked for it. We don't need it. So let's go back to the 90s, the good old days when the apocalypse was worth watching.
Say the skies are clear. It's the real thing. A radio signal from another world.
Mr. President, our intelligence tells us the object is subject to a stationary orbit. Part of it is broken off into nearly 3 dozen pieces, smaller than the whole sun. Yet over 10 miles in width themselves.
Where the technology is evolved.
Entering our atmosphere within the next 25 minutes.
Let's just get there. Let's go. What's the rush, huh? We'll get the warning and it won't be dead.
The unexplained phenomenon is hitting Moscow.
It's like chess. First their position is this one signal to synchronize their efforts. And then what? Checkmate.
You don't think they flew 90 billion light years to start a fight?
Frightened people, but
this briefing, Captain Miller?
Sir, just anxious to get up there and whoop E.T.'s ass, that's all.
Damn straight. Independence Day.
Yeah.
Apparently, you could be racist to aliens if they're trying to kill you. Whoop E.T.'s ass. I don't know if that was a shot at Spielberg or not, but it's still hilarious.
It's always good.
Fun fact for trivia, Independence Day released July 3rd, 1996. So if you went on the 4th, then you really got to see it on July 4th, but it originally released July 3rd since that was the next Friday in the calendar.
Yeah.
So ID4 released ID3. The budget was $75 million. It grossed a total of $817.4 million.
You can see why they tried to make it.
But the time, I think they made it like, what, a decade later?
10 years later.
Yeah, about 10 years. No.
96,
20,
2000.
No, 20 years later.
Oh, 20 years.
Yeah, that's 20. Yeah, it's 20 years later, but no one asked for it.
No, they were just desperate. Grasping at straws.
Man, this is why certain movies don't. Remember in like the 90s, early 2000s, where a movie just came out, at best it might get a sequel, but they could just make a movie and we wouldn't need a sequel for it. It could just end.
Right.
Now every movie has to have a sequel. They're trying to rake in franchises, so they're going after book stuff, blah, 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 words, but we don't need all these sequels. Independence Day Resurgence is clear-cut one of the ones we do not need. $1.4 million. Will not do it any other reason. But definitely the movie came out from 20th Century Fox. Will Smith, Bill Pullman, Jeff Goldblum, Marcy McDowell, Judd Hirsch. I was going to say Jude, it's Judd. Randy Quaid, probably the real savior of America. Randy Quaid alone just made that movie.
Randy Quaid pretty much helped make the 90s.
And the 80s.
Yeah,
what was that? Yeah, it was Randy Quaid. See, it was definitely Randy Quaid who made that worthwhile. But definitely, here's just a broken down synopsis of Independence Day 4 for those, well, Independence Day, if no one's ever seen it. Aliens decided to come and just take over. There's no other reason. No, take us to your leader. They came to fuck shit up. And they do it in the ways possible. They attack all the major cities to let you know they mean business. Apparently, we might have had it coming because we did have a couple of their tech for like 60 years. They might have come for that. But then again, no one told them to come here in a year where they didn't even really trust black people. You really think they're going to trust green people? Nah. They locked that ass up.
But that was one of the things I love the most about that movie is that they never showed the aliens, because sometimes I feel like movies lose their mystique because they end up giving us something that's a little too cheesy. And I figured they gave us a little bit, but not. I think that weighed heavy with it.
Oh man, it's pretty much like, I'm glad they didn't show the aliens in the trailer when it came out. It just showed like destruction and whatnot, because the aliens were the selling point. In my opinion, there was a selling point. The fact that we took over and defeated an alien species by giving it a virus created on an Apple computer. We used Apple because Android didn't exist yet. Apple was the top flight technology in the 90s. And then into the 2000s when they had all the Fruit Loops colors.
Yeah. I didn't have one though.
I didn't either. I had a PC, I had an IBM laptop.
There you go.
And other than Microsoft Encarta, sound flash machine, and that pinball game that will live in infamy. Oh my God, that pinball game is what dreams are made of. I don't care what piece of technology I own. I own a bunch of gaming systems. I own a computer. I own a TV. I will download that pinball game just because it kept me sane. That and solitaire, once I realized how to play.
Solitaire is always.
Oh man. But definitely, the movie itself has become my July 4th ritual. You know how everybody's always talking about, we're celebrating the country. No, I don't do that. No, and especially when everybody being woke for no damn reason. Did you know white people took over? You know you're white telling me this, right? Stop it. Stop acting like you feel guilty. We don't celebrate Independence Day for America's birthday. No, we do it as a day off. In some fields, a paid day off. We grill.
Mm-hmm.
And what you should add to that is watch Independence Day. That should be your July 4th. If anything, that should be the July 4th you celebrate. Even if it never happened, you should believe in your heart this is the world we could live in, where if, no matter what we go through, if somebody from outer space comes to fuck with us, we will knock them the fuck out together in unity. No one was up there like, we need to run this through the Sokovia Accords or some shit. No. This is where the world came together. And of course America was in the forefront because no matter where you are in space, America is where you go to make your fucking statement. If they had leveled Kuwait, no one would have fucking talked to us. This wouldn't even have been a movie. They would have just been scared like, what the fuck kind of alien threat is this? Have you not heard of us? We the shit. We fought each other after we had no one else to fight. You have to fuck with us. We had their tech, we had their aliens, and we got them. We got you, son. Even when we cut one open, they was like, is this glass bulletproof? No, sir. They were ready to pull them guns. I was like, what does this glass need to be bulletproof for? It's Roswell, New Mexico. We ain't supposed to be here.
So you actually watch this every year?
I do watch this every year. Every year. Independence Day is the movie to watch, whether it's in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. I say, if you got a day going and whatnot, you want to close out with Independence Day.
I got a fourth one. Probably gonna tell my age. I watch Tom Cruise is Born on the 4th of July.
Tom Cruise is Born on the 4th of July?
Born on the 4th of July. Tom Cruise. I know it's telling my age, but that one I remember watching it. I was just practicing. So I watched it every year. It's sad though. I watched it with a little around.
Oh, nice. Like, oh man, this is going to be showing my age. It came out in December of 89. I was born in September of 89. So I just pictured my parents taking me to an Oliver Stone film just in time for the holidays. Anyway, they took me to see this movie.
They probably did.
But definitely the cast was great. Production was great. It's still one of the movies that holds up. I mean, some of the effects are like, meh. But not too bad that it doesn't hold up. And it was the highest grossing film of 1996. And at the time, it was the second highest grossing film ever behind Jurassic Park, which came out in 93. And to this day, Jurassic Park's effects hold up as if it could have been made now. That's how good Jurassic Park was. You don't believe it?
So a lot of scenes are not there. Look at your face.
I mean, I'm not mad at you. I'm just disappointed. Look, we can disagree. We ain't always gotta be on the same page. It's always cool. I may look at you differently. I might delete you on Instagram. I don't care. I'm like, what are you gonna do? I just met you. I don't care. I'm kidding. I do, because I don't want to host this by myself.
I mean, there's a lot of great stuff.
Yeah, it won a lot of the fan-based awards. Like, it won a Kids' Choice Award for favorite movie. It won a People's Choice Award for favorite dramatic motion picture. An MTV Award for Best Kiss. I guess that works. Best sound, best instrumental composition. David Arnold got one. The Universal Reader's Choice Awards, and then everything else was just nominations. And then for some reason, it was also nominated for a Golden Raspberry, worst written film grossing over $100 million. It was also nominated for worst screenplay for a film grossing over $100 million and nominated for worst picture, which I'm more offended that the Razzies thought that they were going to get away with this, and I was not going to find out.
Right.
Like, it all depends on what came out that year as well.
That's true.
We're not going to sit up here and just go like, eh. Also, another piece of TV trivia that we can use for this is Independence Day was originally scheduled to air on Fox on September 11th, but was canceled due to the attacks that happened on that day to our nation.
Really?
So, in place of Independence Day, they replaced it with There's Something About Mary.
That's an interesting fact.
That is an interesting flip. Like, we can't play Independence Day, which, to be fair, you could have. If anything was going to bring the country together after what happened, it was that. It was not, oh, is this hair gel? That's a weird ass cap. That's a weird cover, save face for that. But Independence Day, we salute thee here on VVC, and we will keep you in our hearts and minds as you will keep us in theaters, keep asses in seats, and keep the skies clear.
Yes, sir.
That's what we call a close encounter. Has so many quotable moments. It's like I don't hear the fat lady sing. It's like, what is up with you and the fat lady? Jeff Goldblum, young Jeff Goldblum.
Yep.
Like, he could, like, I don't care if people take it the wrong way. Just hear my words. If you're not comfortable with what I'm saying, Jeff Goldblum could have been a sex symbol in that movie. Like, let's be real. He gets the girl at the end. He tried to he played, and he was really buff for a nerd. I'm like, let's keep it a buck. He was not just pushing pencils. That man was pushing creatine. He was ready for this movie. He must have just found out he was going to be an action movie and just worked out and found out he wasn't in any action scenes. He's like, nope, still wearing this shirt.
I'm going to flex it anyway.
Don't flex anyway. I don't care how this works, folks. But that's a fantasy flashback for this. Folks, now we're going to go into the Blackening. I'm going to just go ahead and play this trailer real quick, and then we'll get right into it. The Blackening is still in theaters right now. You can go check it out. But first, here's the trailer for The Blackening. Right button.
On June 16th.
Stop playing!
Wait, hold up. I know I left this door open.
See the horror film. Preview audiences are calling a killer experience.
The Blackening.
No, thank you.
Probably runs on racism.
Pick a card. Or you die.
In your predicament, the black character is always the first to die. I will spare your lives if you sacrifice the person you deem the blackest.
Guys, I can prove I'm not the blackest.
Prove it.
I thought black Twitter was a type of seasoning. I like Jimmy Fallon without the roots.
Wrong.
I voted for Trump.
What?
Twice.
Your time is up. It's time to die.
Let's go!
What do we do?
Call the cops?
We need a plan.
Let's get some weapons. Wait, chili powder. Girl, what I'm finna do? Cook? Sorry, we're doing that.
What? Black women gotta save everyone all the damn time!
Can we just go?
Lock the doors, get down. I'll be right back.
It's the Blackening trailer that came out before the release in June. You said you saw the Blackening as well.
Yes, sir.
What was your immediate, like, what was your first experience about it? What did you feel, your first insight?
My first reaction is that it was decent, but I thought it could have been funnier.
Huh. Do you think it was more horror than comedy?
I think they tried to keep it more comedy than horror, but I think they just missed some opportunities.
Oh. Like for those who are planning on going to go see that movie, just so know it's about an hour and 45 minutes, so don't feel too bad about it. So pretty much with the Blackening, I got a sense of it was okay with the humor a little bit, but it's a new experience for me. The board game itself, I thought it was gonna be darker. I mean, it was satirically darker, but Jesus Christ, they hit it on the nose with that one.
Yeah.
And for like a lot of reasons, the movie itself like progressed like it would, like all the tropes that you would expect to happen in a movie where it was only one black character. Now there's about like 8 or 9 of them, and they're all doing individual. So like, yeah, I'm not doing this, but at the same time, they're drawn in like it would be any other horror movie.
Yeah, what I took from that, I wasn't sure what they were trying to do, but it's like we always talk about what we were in that situation, and then they're in that situation, you see them doing all of the same things. I don't know if they were like trying to like call us out on that. Like you talk.
I think it was. I feel seen. I definitely feel seen. I don't feel good about it. Like I know it happened. You ain't got to be so loud about it.
They were very loud about it. And then the questions that the board was asking stuff was also letting us know, we're always pro-black this and that. There's a lot of stuff about our people that we don't know.
Pretty much like without giving up too much of the plot, they're pretty much celebrating Juneteenth in this movie. That's a weird way to celebrate it. I'm just gonna say that. I mean, but it's based on The Blackening by 3P. I think that's a book that he wrote.
Okay.
I was like, I didn't even know that until I looked it up when I first did it, because I was like, the budget for the movie's $5 million, so take that into account when you watch the movie and all the stuff that went into it with it. So it's like $5 million now, and they made about 16.2 currently. Which is not a bad payoff, to be honest.
Oh no, the studios are definitely they celebrating.
I mean, if we get another Blackening, it'll probably be $6-7 million. Like they don't really need to up the budget too much, so long as if they try to keep the theme for it, because certain movies they're gonna want a second one, but it feels like this movie could have just been like a Netflix or a Hulu movie.
Right,
Absolutely. When I
absolutely.
first saw the trailer, I thought it was going to be on streaming. Which, to be fair, if it was on streaming, I feel like it would have got a bigger reception than just in theaters. And I think they used the theaters just to, market it out a bit more. But yeah, $4 million movie. I didn't hear much about it until close to when it was going in theaters. That's why I thought it was going to be on streaming, because I only saw one trailer at the time, and it was on Facebook. And I was just there like, okay, all right, I'm going to definitely give this a chance. I was like, oh, snap. I was like, the Blackening was like, I voted for Trump twice. I was like, oh, shit. It's hilarious. Definitely.
Well, if they do a sequel, I would actually like to see just a whole new cast.
If they bring
them back,
that would definitely work out. I'll say that again. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no! If they bring it back with the same cast, it'd be hard to execute.
It should definitely be a different cast in the same board game. Like if it's similar to what we saw in the movie, they should change up like some aspects of it, like how Jumanji changed itself to be a video game. That was hilarious.
Yeah. If they go that route, they have celebrities. They can make a few of them.
Definitely they can pull a lot out of this. Like, to be fair, it should have been on streaming.
I agree.
Going to see it in theaters is like, it wasn't as many people there, but they definitely, it's like a niche type movie. You can watch this out, go have fun, spend an hour or so. Let's see, popcorn value, I would say about minimal. Like, I wouldn't buy like a whole bunch of snacks just to sit and watch that movie. I mean, everyone's sneaking in snacks no matter what you do, but I wouldn't say set your whole day out for it. Just spend a little bit, get something a little sippy sip, a little eat, drink. graphic stuff like that. But the Blackening is in theaters right now, and hopefully it'll go on streaming soon as well. So if you don't feel like going to check it out in theaters, you can check it out at home. And let's get ready to check out some of these trailers that we have here on The Real Review. This right here is the sneak preview of Suicide Squad. That's right, folks. This is the teaser trailer for Suicide Squad. This is what happens when I don't watch the trailers ahead of time. That is the teaser trailer for Suicide Squad Isekai, which will be coming soon to, I believe it'll probably be on HBO or DC and so forth. But the intro to the Japanese anime and Suicide Squad, all new original anime series, that'll be coming soon from DC. And I say DC because if we say DC Comics, I'm going to end up doing that thing from Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse where he's like, the C in DC is comics. You're saying DC Comics. That's exactly what we're doing. I apologize for none of it. The next trailer to keep on the DC bandwagon right now is a series that debuts at midnight tonight. If you're watching this live, which is on Thursday. So if you're not watching it, you can also catch it on HBO Max and on Adult Swim. It is entitled My Adventures with Superman. It's a new series that will be on Adult Swim, I believe, also Toonami, but definitely Adult Swim. So let's check out that trailer with My Adventures with Superman.
I can do this. I'm gonna hide my powers and be a normal man having a normal day. Hang on. Starting now. Don't.
Everyone thinks they know the Man of Steel. But you've never seen the son of Jor-El like this before.
Who am I?
What was that?
Superman! I'd like to interview you for the Daily Planet.
Sorry, no comment.
These are the new interns. I want you to show them the ropes.
They can help me with the story. If we break this, we'll become real reporters. Who is Superman?
Lois, I know. It's what Superman is.
You think he's a plane?
It kind of looks like a bird.
My Adventures with Superman. 2-episode series premiere. Thursday, July 6th at midnight on Adult Swim. Next day on Max.
Unless you have cable. But first time you heard about it here, folks, the My Adventures with Superman will be debuting tonight on Adult Swim. You can catch it on HBO Max or whatever they change their name to, depending on who
just
buys
Max
it.
now.
It's just Max. I can't wait till it's just HBO M. Or it's just H.
Just H.
Just H. Like, for real, man. Stop changing the name. It's HBO Go, HBO Max, HBO Now, HBO Then, HBO Forever. Just bring it back with the HBO gold letters. Just call it HBO. Stop. Just stop. Like, everybody's getting a streaming service and Netflix was taking a hit. Now every other stream service has to hold on to what they got. Just combine them like everyone else is doing, man. Just put them on one site. Just do it. Disney Plus got like 6 different ones. You think National Geographic's holding up by itself? Why does MGM have its own streaming thing? I brought that up before. I still want answers to that.
Yeah, that's weird, especially when I know who owns it now. And they got one of the biggest platforms.
Next trailer we're gonna go with is a trailer I found earlier this week, and wanted to share it with the people here. It's The Baker with Ron Perlman. I know it sounds like the baker, the chef, the candlestick. This is the Red Band trailer.
Oh.
Meet your grandfather. This business opportunity came my way.
Can't stay.
Just this one thing, and then you're never going to hear from us again. I'll be back before you guys can form a lasting bond.
Got away from us. I'll fix it.
How you gonna fix it? Do anything for family.
You want to see your little girl? Or do you want me to see your little girl?
Where's your father done? In the truck. Fine. You stay in the truck no matter what. Some things might happen. Some things you don't want to see. When that happens, put these down.
You a cop?
I'm a baker. Can I leave her with you?
She's your blood.
10 G's. 25 big baker guy.
I'm looking for my son.
Butcher becomes a baker.
Let's go home.
Not gonna lie, that's adorable. Check out The Baker coming soon. And of course, like Ron Perlman just baking. I was like, he's not just gonna be baking in this movie. And that's
like he's kicking us a second names.
Yeah, taking orders too. This man's like, can't I just retire? We got 2 more trailers before we wrap up. We got one trailer that JS Wanted Supplier sent us with Zendaya is in this one. This is the trailer for Challengers. That'll be coming out September 15th in theaters. You know, the one where with the threesomes. Of course you would find that one. Of course.
Of course.
Of course. Like, why would I even put this past this man?
Wait. Hi. Hey. Tashi Duncan. Just gonna turn a whole family into millionaires. To have a fashion line, foundation. You're incredible today.
Thank you.
I mean, it wasn't even like tennis. It was an entirely different game.
Hey, come hang out with us later.
Want me to come tuck you in?
No, you can just keep talking.
How does this happen? Going after the same girl?
Not as often as you think.
We usually have different types.
So you're saying I should be flattered?
Aren't you everybody's type?
Come here.
Which one is this? It's not in love with you.
What makes you think I want someone to be in love with me?
It's nice to see lit up about something, even if it's my girlfriend.
Art's got his coach, Tashi Donaldson, who also is his wife.
I'm praying for both of us, Tashi. Maybe disturbed by the fact that she could have been in someone like me.
When we were teenagers.
When we were teenagers.
Hey, I love you.
I know. You don't know what tennis is. It's a relationship. We went somewhere really beautiful together. I'm taking such good care of the little white boys.
I assume you planned this?
Not this part.
Interesting.
That's right. Checked out the threesome and tennis in theaters September 15th. September 15th. Artist Seduction and Other Games. I was like, they lowball tennis. I see. All right, we got one last trailer here before we wrap up things here, folks. This is another DC animated movie that is coming out, Justice League Warlord trailer. Because you know, if the DCU has problems, the DCAU is undefeated. They don't have these problems. These concerns are not with them. They never miss. Even their worst one can beat DC's best one. Let's check out Justice League War World, the trailer.
The only way to stop their invasion.
Hold up. Sorry about that, folks.
Something isn't right.
I don't know what's going on.
I need
To find a way back.
Yes. What to wear?
What can you tell us about this wizard? I could take you to his castle. Beyond that, you're the ones intent on dying. Run.
She's an angel. Come to save us all.
Never seen anyone fight like that. You're a wonder.
We have to kill them before they kill us. The only way to stop their invasion. Kent, you said you wanted to prove yourself. This is the time.
Evil is as unstoppable as the rain. That's why we fight for those that can't. A good man knows that darkness will always be there and stands against it anyway.
Where on earth are we?
Not Earth. World.
That's right, folks. Justice League World War. Look for it. Find it. It's out there somewhere. You'll have to find it yourself, folks. And we finally made it. We did it. Made it through episode 1 without a hitch. Several hitches that you didn't notice. But we made it through without a hitch. I would like to take this time to thank my co-host Eddie Lingo for being here. I'd like to thank James the supplier for helping me get logged in and stuff here so that we can get this running smoothly. I'll probably be here for like the next couple weeks or so, and then I'll be in my own setup. But either way, it'll be us every week, and probably a third. We will announce that later like they did with the NWO. But for myself here, JS1 Supplier, Eddie Lingo, and our entire VVC family, thank you for watching The Real Review. And tune in next week where we find out how that Coyote Ugly reboot's gonna go. You sold out everyone. You wanted this that bad, didn't you? See,
I wanted it that bad. And I'm sticking with it.
He's sticking with it, folks. Don't hate him for it. We'll see you next week on The Real Review. I don't know how to end these episodes otherwise. We'll figure that out later. That's what this is for. Look back on this and laugh. Bye, everybody.